Hey, welcome back, Visions fans. Exciting new announcement at the moment where I got a request from Cabbage just yesterday to take on the role of something that he's been doing for quite some time and kind of put my own influence into it and what I'm seeing statistically. And the long story short of that is Guild War character rankings, and specifically in a tier-based list. Now, up on the screen here, this is the message you sent to me on the War of the Visions subreddit. Long story short, without reading it all, Asaruto, probably butchering the name, a Japanese War of the Visions player makes a tier list for Guild War rankings, and Cabbage has been doing them essentially for global, trying to essentially translate the Japanese game to the global version of the game, and there are enough changes at the moment where it's becoming more apples to oranges, where we've gotten Rain X early, his vision card, Faevia X, where we've gotten none of the winter units X jobs yet. So there's some balance changes in the game that are occurring in global that haven't occurred in Japan, not even including Zazan. I'm going to forget that one, the big uproar the past week or so. But long story short, he's asked me to essentially take on this tier making list from the perspective of global, and it's not so much based upon my opinion of characters or my opinion of the meta, so much as it is a statistical analysis of what I'm actually seeing real time. This is something that I kind of maintained on my own already for the Guild War, where I essentially would track, who was slotting who where, what role it was, how many of them. I would count, how many by element, how many were featured in each comp, average per comp, things of that nature. So it's not a far stretch for me to take some of this and essentially put it into a tier list, and it's not so much a character analysis, it is what are we actually seeing. And now the difficulty of this is in the top, let's say 20 guilds of the game, you really do get strong metas and guild macros, and there are some things that go on in the top 20 that aren't applicable to the player base as a whole. So I'm going to try to do my best to balance the grading system, if you will, where obviously we have very strong meta units, and then you have characters who may be viable but don't get used that often in certain areas, and reasons why, and I'll kind of talk through some of that theory as I do so. This video is not that tier ranking. We just got the brand new map today, so I'm going to give it a couple days in order for the meta to reform based upon this map. I'm also going to let people build up more a little bit who could potentially counter King Mont, at least stave off some of his prevalence. And so I'll be making a video soon of these Guild Wars tier lists in a way that will hopefully be indicative of what is currently going on the global side of the game. So stay tuned for that. I'm super excited to do it. Cabbage, big thank you for recommending me to do it, and can't wait to collaborate more with you on a bunch of different ideas. So take care, everybody.